Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again on my YouTube channel. In this very short clip, I want to talk to you about the divine significance of events that are experienced by us at high levels of emotional intensity. Now, these events happen because they are meant to trigger in us an acknowledgement that there is nothing we can do as human beings. We are then frustrated to the point of wanting to use our imagination consciously, or recognizing that the only way that we can resolve the situation is to use our imagination consciously. In other words, these events trigger in us the desire to act as God. That is their purpose. Remember, while we are in these bodies, we are locked in the deadly dream of life. Part of the process is awakening as the dreamer, or acknowledging ourselves to be the creator or God. Now, I don't want you to get caught up in any pronouns I may use, or use of the word him, or use of the word God. Please just follow along with the message. Okay, so we go through these highly or intensely emotional events to trigger in us the desire to act as God, to act as a creator. So in his lecture, The Artist is God, Neville Goddard says that at the very highest level, God's artistry is concentrated on the production of his images. And we can do the same, or we are called to do the same. That means that we have the ability to change what is objectively outpictured in the physical world. Remember, this is a very individual thing. We have all been cast into different roles. We have all been selected to express some different operation or unique operation of consciousness. And it is what we feel as individuals that is outpictured into the world. What we give is what we get. What we are is what we experience. So instead of trying to think of ways in which we can make someone else do what we want them to do, or think about how the picture itself can be changed, we recognize that we are the one producing the image, the imagery. We are one producing the physical reality, and that is how things change. Let's look at what's been happening in recent days. It's the 31st of May 2020. There's been an eruption of violence in the United States and some sort of in other parts of the world as well. We've just come off the back of this COVID-19 pandemic, and we're still in a state of great turmoil over that. It is very easy to be hypnotized, as Neville would say, by the seeming reality of these events, and to get swallowed up by them, and to want things to be different. And all of that is wasting time, wasting energy, putting ourselves and others at risk. What we are to do instead is to acknowledge that although we as human beings can't do anything about the situation, we as consciousness are able to change what appears in the physical world. And we do that by acknowledging first what we feel now and transmuting those feelings into more desirable emotions, which will in turn confirm that change to us. Okay, so if you are feeling desperate or hopeless, your image, your artistry is being used to produce images, a reflection of those feelings. If you feel safe, if you feel happy, if you feel healthy, if you feel a sense of unity, you will be confronted by images that confirm all of those emotions to you. And so that's all I want to do in this clip, to remind you that you are God, you are the artist, and you have to change what you are using your artistry to do. Do not be concerned about what someone else is doing. If you are so led, you may create a picture that encompasses those you know and love, or others you don't know and love, but those you desire to help. I don't know what your body of consciousness is transmitting to you. I only know that you need to consent to be the solution, the expresser of a new image that replaces the one we are currently suffering under. So I have begun the process in myself. I have started to really think about how I feel about what's going on, how I feel about my co-members of the global community. What images am I putting out into the world? What is my contribution? This all happens at an emotional level. It does not happen at the surface or human level. The surface or human level is the evidence of what I have done consciously or in my body of consciousness, what I have emoted and therefore transmitted into the world. What have I outpictured? And so I need to really be clear about that. I need to change it. If I'm not outpicturing good things, if I'm not outpicturing something that is helping, I need to change that. That's all we need to do. As terrible as things seem, as traumatic, as horrendous, as horrific, even a child is capable of bringing what's happening in the world to an end. It doesn't matter who you are. We are limited in various ways in our human form, but as our bodies of consciousness, there is no limit at all. These events are to inspire in us in the finite time allocated to us while we wear these bodies. We have been set the task of showing some different aspect of the operation of consciousness. This situation is temporary. It is not permanent. So how are you going to use your artistry in this moment? Remember, of yourself, there is nothing you can do, but as the creator, there is no limit to what you can do. So I encourage you today to think about how you are responding emotionally to what's going on and to change your emotional vocabulary in this moment. If you feel so inspired, you can teach those you love what you know, or those who will be receptive to what you know. You can teach them how to do it too. Just notice how you feel. What is your emotional response? If you don't like it, change it. Now, when you want to replace, let's say, a negative emotion with a positive emotion, you don't have to think about something that specifically relates to this moment. You can just think about something that makes you happy. Think about something that makes you feel safe. Think about something that makes you feel unified or at one with your community. Think about something that makes you feel healthy. Think about something that makes you feel wealthy. Whatever it is you want to think about anything positive, and you will be confronted in this moment with images that show you that this is what you feel. Do not worry about what's going on in anyone else's mind, what's going on in the rest of the world. Can you imagine if every individual took it upon themselves to feel something positive in this moment? Could you imagine what the picture would look like? I want you to begin to make that contribution to this new picture. I have started the process in myself. I'm not telling you to do something I wouldn't do myself, but I'm encouraging you to do the same. Let's not forget that we have the ability to change what is outpictured. Don't become distracted by what you see right now. Change it. If you're unhappy with what you see, change it at the emotional level or the highest level. That's where the artistry is performed. Do not be distracted by the picture at the end. We can change the picture. I hope you enjoy doing that today. Just get into the process of changing what you see in the world by changing what you feel emotionally in this moment. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next upload.